Hi everyone, this is a video that's slightly different to usual because I felt like it was time to get to know you and for you to get to know me a little better. There are so many of you that have joined my Facebook page recently, and some of you that even when you have been part of my page and part of the YouTube page for a while perhaps don't know that much about me and the journey that I've had. So here goes. I'm going to have to try and keep this as brief as I can, but just consider it a little introduction. So yes, I'm an angel therapist, which means I talk to angels, and I believe that we all can. It's just that I have had some training by Drawing Virtue and have my own experiences that allow me to be able to be perhaps a little bit more trusting of the messages and to be able to be in tune with them so that I can help others on a deeper level on a daily basis most of the time. I'm very blessed to do work that I love and not to really consider it work, honestly, because I'm would be connecting with the angels for myself regardless, and it's just my honor and privilege to be able to do that for you, to be able to help you know that you're not alone in whatever you're going through, because I really believe that when we receive guidance, when we're able to move forward from something, when we're able to heal, really that's what the angels want us to know, that they're right here. They're right here for every single one of us without exception, and that really by us asking them, they're able to help us. Now, that doesn't mean that I've always been able to do that, or at least not consciously. I didn't grow up in a household where we talked about angels. But I did always feel energy. I've always been very sensitive. I've always been able to walk into a room and kind of know whether I was comfortable or not. And I actually used to go to restaurants as a teenager and almost feel like I was going to throw up because I could just feel everything around me. And so, yes, I've always been very sensitive, and I've always considered myself a little different too. And that's not always something that I've been able to accept, because part of my journey has been that I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at 18 months, which is basically brain damage. And for me, blessed or not so blessed sometimes, depends what kind of mood I'm in, it has just affected my mobility and my ability to move as freely as the average person. So sometimes I use a wheelchair if I'm doing shopping or traveling or doing any kind of distance, and most of the time I'll be using crutches to walk around, unless you see me in my little home. And that means that so my balance is kind of wonky. My legs aren't as strong as the average person's. And it's really been a huge part of my lessons to be able to embrace the body that I chose, because yes, I did choose it. Every single one of us are perfect the way that we are, and sometimes I feel like the human journey really is just to remind us of that. So yes, I'm very human, don't get me wrong. There have been plenty of times when I wanted to jump out my skin or not be on the planet. There's all kinds of stories I could tell you, but I also have learned to understand that we are all divinely perfect, that we are all here for a reason, and we must stop comparing ourselves with other people, because it only sets us up for a lot of heartache, really. And so that has been my journey, and mainly because apart from the quote unquote disability that I have dealt with all my life, I also had major surgery when I was a teenager, which really was the beginning of, turning my life upside down in the way that I live it now. I'm very grateful for it, because it allowed me to explore the things that I do now, but it caused me a lot of pain. My immune system collapsed pretty much after about 3 surgeries, and I was just really unable to do a lot of the normal things. I had to quit school. I did have a home tutor for a while, but I wasn't able to do college or university. I lost a lot of my friends. I really struggled. I was housebound most of the time. For 10 years, my life was was far from easy, and it really caused me to have to receive other help, because the doctors told me that there was nothing that they could do. And you know what the medical profession are like when they feel like they can't do anything. They kind of just, either give you loads of excuses or basically chuck you out the window. So me and my family, even though we didn't really understand things like reflexology and massage and acupuncture, I wanted to be proactive in my healing. And thank goodness I was, because I met the most incredible, selfless people who really not only brought me a lot of peace and comfort and helped me to manage so many symptoms, but also started to teach me about energy. I would always feel the energy flowing through me and ask them about it. I would ask them questions about, why certain parts of my body felt certain things. And it took me on a journey that was far greater than just about healing my body, because of course the emotional impact of having illness for such a long time was that emotionally I was really struggling at times. And when I was 20, I was going through a particularly difficult time with anxiety, and also manifested itself as OCD. So I really have a lot of compassion for people dealing with compulsive disorders and things like that. Mine just happened to be, tidying and cleaning and making sure that my bedroom was, in a certain way. But I know for a lot of you, it could be food or drugs or alcohol or all kinds of things. And so I was dealing with a lot of that. I was also having help at the time, thank goodness. But I do know that that was one of the most difficult things I've ever been through, and really could have been the thing that exited me off the planet. But fortunately, that was also when the angels started to make their presence felt. I actually, on a day that I was feeling much better, I was really starting to find my peace, find my center again. And I was in my bedroom about to go to sleep, and I saw this huge light in my room, unlike anything that I had ever seen. It was the most loving, peaceful feeling that you could imagine. It still kind of gives me goosebumps, angel bumps, when I think about it. And it really opened my eyes and my heart to these beautiful beings. And the following year, actually, it was probably 2 years by the time I had started to heal and recover. I actually did Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Practitioner class, and it was there that I really opened up to the amazing healing power of the angels. I received so many miracles at that time, and it really was a turning point for me in my life, not only just because I learned so many skills, but I was really able to heal a lot then. I also was able to meet and connect with so many other angel therapists who are some of my dearest friends, and they continue to change my life. So mainly this message is to say that I do understand the human thing. I do understand what it feels like to want to leave the planet. I do understand what it feels like to be in the wrong body. I do understand what it feels like to feel frustrated and hopeless and sick and in pain. But I also know the other side. I also know that it's possible for you to recover from all of those things. I also know that it's possible for you to do whatever you want to do. I also know that you are loved so much by the angels, by the divine, that we are so supported in ways that we cannot imagine. And that we are here for each other as human beings. We are on the planet with 7 billion others. Let's embrace each other. Let's accept each other for who we are. If there was any one thing I could say that I feel is my passion and my purpose, it's to help all of us remember that, to remember love, to remember that that is really all that there is, that we are navigating that, we are discovering all of that through our human experiences. And this is my cat who's also been with me through it all. So we're both sending you so much love. I look forward to sharing more with you, but I wanted to let you know and reach out to you in a more personal way. You matter to me. You matter in the world. Much love. Bye-bye.